Blue Diamond Phillips, proud to be part of the Yellow Ribbon team.
From Iraq to San Diego, you're listening to the Yellow Ribbon Team. Today we're at North Island Naval Air Station, the birthplace of naval aviation. It's been an exciting day out here for the Navy because not only did they have some award ceremonies, but they also had Lou Diamond Phillips make a special appearance out here. Lou, thanks for spending so much time with the sailors today.
Oh, Kevin, it was fantastic. I mean, there was a lot going on. We had the awards ceremony this morning, and it was the 1-year anniversary of this division over here, which was just fantastic. So I got to judge the potluck cook-off, you know. Put on a few extra pounds. I'm going to have to dance off on my show tonight, but, you know.
But the king still looks good, so there you go. You know, it was interesting. You spent a long time, obviously, with the Helicopter Squadron 23 that you were talking about. And one of the things that I thought was such a great parallel to the play that you're in, Camelot, here in San Diego this weekend, was the fact that, you know, the Knights of the Round Table and then what the military stands for today.
That's exactly right. I was talking to some of the service people earlier, and very much, you know, what King Arthur wanted to do and why he created the Round Table was for chivalry, for nobility, to create a more secure society, to have safety and peace for his people. And, you know, and that's what our modern day warriors are doing today. That's what our knights are doing today, if you will, you know, in the armed services. And it's always, you know, it's nice to be able to draw those parallels between art and real life. But it's also nice for me as an artist to come out and, you know, be the fan, be the supporter, be the one who lets the troops know how much I appreciate their work.
Boy, I tell you, you spent so much time with them today, taking pictures, signing autographs, and I mean, literally anybody that wanted to stop you and say, "Hey, can I?" You were right there with them. So we really appreciate that.
It's always my pleasure, you know. And if you're not going to come out here and give it your all and put your heart into it, then there's no point in doing it, you know.
Well, now speaking of giving it all, you actually put on a flight suit. You went out there to the helicopter. Talk about that. So if this acting thing don't work out for you, I guess you can get a job at an airport directing planes here.
Well, you know, I think the young lady who was showing me the hand gestures, she's got a spot on Dancing with the Stars. I think so right now, because we were doing a routine out there and it was fantastic. And it's amazing to sort of stand out there in front of that machinery and you know, feel like a part of, you know, what's going on, and to have sort of, like I said, instant respect for it, because when you start feeling that wash come off the rotors, you know where you're at.
Absolutely. Now, you actually grew up as a Navy brat, and you know we're broadcasting to everybody overseas right now. What would you like to say to the brave men and women that are in Iraq and overseas right now?
That they're constantly in my thoughts and in my prayers, and just, you know, as a personal thing, I appreciate what they're doing. I want them to watch their backs. I want them to take care of each other, and I want them to get home safely. Now,
you're in San Diego to do the play Camelot that's actually happening all this week at the Civic Theater. Outstanding play. You actually made it possible to take 100 of the sailors to the play tonight, too. That's got to make you feel pretty good.
Absolutely. I think it's a couple of hundred tickets we've given away. Yeah, 200. So I'm thrilled about that. You know, I mean, everybody's out here working so hard, and, you know, to come out and, you know, have a nice evening of theater on us, you know, a way of us, you know, giving something back and thanking the service people for their work. So yeah, you know, hopefully they'll take us up on it, and because it's a great show and it's a lot of fun.
Now, one of the things, the play itself, musical, you actually sing 4 songs in it, plus the reprise at the end. But also, you talked about earlier in the day, you actually have to have a sword fighting, you know, practice. So it's an action as well as a musical.
It's dancing, it's singing, it's sword fighting, it's all kinds of craziness, but it's a very complete show and a very entertaining show, and I think people, I'm hearing it every single time after the show, they're surprised at how entertaining it is. I even get, you know, the curmudgeons who go, "Oh man, I don't go to theater, I don't go to musicals," who are, you know, just won over as soon as the curtain goes up and we really start to put on the show.
Now, let me ask you this. By the way, you know, you can let me out right here at the gate, and I can walk over so you guys don't have to make the extra lap if you want. We're riding in a limo right now, obviously, so we're giving some directing instructions here as we wrap this thing up. You threw knives in Young Guns 1 and 2. Is it much different handling a sword versus knives?
Let me tell you something. Excalibur, first of all, is heavy, man. It's the real deal. I mean, it's not sharp, obviously, but you know, some damage could be done. But I mean, every time I do a project, I tend to have to pick up a different skill, and you know, fortunately, I try to stay in shape. And you know, judging the food contest today was rough. I was trying to only take a bite of everything, because I got to stay at my fighting weight. But it's always fun, and like the service people know, you really have to know your weapons, you have to know your equipment, and you have to be very proficient with it and not take it for granted. So for me, that's why we have our fight to calls every single night before the show, so that everybody remembers the moves and the steps, because we're swinging some swords around out there and wouldn't want any mishaps.
Man, I'm telling you. Hey, Lou, thanks for helping out the Yellow Ribbon team and coming out here with the Sailors today. Everybody really appreciates it.
Always my pleasure and honor.